In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use Trello's dashboard feature to instantly track your project's progress and spot bottlenecks across your boards. Whether you're managing a small team or just trying to keep your personal projects on track, the dashboard gives you a powerful bird's-eye view of your workflow that simple list views just can't match. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. Let's begin by opening your Trello workspace and navigating to the specific board you want to analyze. Now, this step is important because every board in Trello can have its own unique dashboard, so you need to make sure you're on the right one before generating any charts. You'll want to look at the top of your screen, just above the list columns, where you'll see your board's name. To the right of that name, there's a small button labeled View Switcher. It often looks like a grid icon or 3 horizontal lines, depending on your Trello version. Click that button, and a drop-down menu will appear with several view options like Timeline, Calendar, and Map. But what we're after today is the dashboard option. Go ahead and select Dashboard from that menu, and Trello will immediately start building your visual charts based on the cards currently on your board. Once the dashboard loads, you'll see 4 automatically generated charts, and each one serves a distinct purpose in helping you understand your project's health. The first chart is Cards per List, which shows how many cards sit in each list on your board. This is your go-to tool for spotting bottlenecks, because if you see one list with a towering stack of cards while others are nearly empty, you know exactly where work is piling up. For example, if your in-progress list has 30 cards but your done list only has 5, that's a clear sign that tasks are getting stuck mid-process rather than moving through to completion. A best practice here is to regularly check this chart during your weekly team check-ins, so you can redistribute workload or adjust workflow stages before things get backed up. The second chart is Cards per Member, and this one is all about workload distribution. Trello pulls every member added to your board and counts how many cards they're assigned to, presenting it as a simple bar chart. This is incredibly valuable for managers or team leads because it immediately reveals if one person is shouldering too many tasks while others have lighter loads. A common pitfall I see is people forgetting that Trello counts every card a member is added to, even if they're just a watcher rather than the primary assignee. So when you're reviewing this chart, remember to check the actual card details if something looks off, because a member might appear overburdened when they're really just copied for visibility. For best results, I recommend using this chart to have open conversations about capacity rather than making assumptions. It's a starting point for discussion, not a final judgment. The third chart is Cards per Due Date, which visualizes deadlines across your board by grouping cards into date ranges like overdue, due today, due this week, and due later. This instantly tells you how many tasks are time-sensitive and, more importantly, how many have already slipped past their deadlines. If you're running a product launch or a content calendar, this chart is absolutely essential because it prevents due dates from hiding inside individual cards where you might not notice them until it's too late. One tip here, make sure your team consistently sets due dates on their cards because this chart relies entirely on that data. If half your cards have no due dates, this chart will be less useful. So encourage everyone to add at least a rough deadline, even if it's just a best guess that can be updated later. The fourth and final chart is Cards per Label, which tracks how your work is distributed by category, priority, or whatever label system you've set up. For instance, if you use red labels for high priority, blue for low priority, and green for completed tasks, this chart will show you how many cards carry each label. This is perfect for understanding whether your team is spending most of its energy on critical work or getting bogged down in lower priority tasks. A common mistake I see is people applying too many labels to a single card, which can skew the chart because Trello counts each label separately. My recommendation is to use labels sparingly and consistently, maybe one for priority and one for category at most, so your dashboard data stays clean and actionable. Now, before I let you go, I want to encourage you to make the dashboard part of your regular workflow rather than just a one-time experiment. Trello saves your dashboard view, so you can switch back to it anytime from the view switcher without losing your charts. A great next step is to try filtering your dashboard by date range or member, which you can do using the options at the top of the chart panel to drill down into specific timeframes or individuals. And if you're managing a board with dozens or hundreds of cards, consider setting up a weekly reminder to review all 4 charts as a team. It takes less than 5 minutes but can save hours of guesswork later. By the end of this video, you now know exactly how to access and interpret Trello's dashboard to track cards per list, per member, per due date, and per label, giving you a clear, data-driven picture of your project's health. If you found this breakdown useful, please save this video or bookmark it so you can revisit these steps whenever you're setting up a new board. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.